Let's get right into it. Your stomach doesn't digest itself. Imagine carrying a pool of powerful acid inside your body every single day. Sounds dangerous, right? Yet your stomach does exactly that. Its acid is strong enough to break down many of the foods you eat, but somehow the stomach itself stays safe. Here's the amazing part. It protects itself with a thick layer of mucus that acts like a shield, keeping the acid from attacking its own tissues while digestion gets to work. That shield isn't permanent, though. The cells lining your stomach are constantly replaced, helping repair tiny amounts of everyday wear before they become a problem. If this protective barrier weakens, the acid can damage the stomach lining and contribute to ulcers. Think about that for a second. Your stomach survives one of the harshest chemical environments in your body by continuously protecting and rebuilding itself every single day without you ever noticing. Your brain erases every blink. You blink thousands of times every single day, yet you've probably never noticed the world going dark. Strange, isn't it? Every blink briefly blocks light from reaching your eyes. But instead of showing you hundreds of tiny blackouts, your brain quietly edits them away. It smoothly fills those missing moments, creating the illusion of one continuous, uninterrupted view of the world. And you never suspect a thing. Here's where it gets even more fascinating. Most people blink around 15 to 20 times every minute, adding up to roughly 20,000 blinks a day. That's several minutes when your eyes are actually closed, yet your experience feels perfectly seamless. Believe it or not, your brain is constantly cleaning up reality behind the scenes, making sure your vision stays stable while your eyes take thousands of tiny breaks without you ever noticing. You can never see your own eyes move. Stand in front of a mirror and watch your eyes closely. Now look from one eye to the other. Weirdly, you'll never catch them moving. Wait, what? Your eyes dart around thousands of times a day in lightning-fast jumps called saccades, but your brain briefly suppresses visual processing during each one. Instead of seeing a blur, it stitches everything together into one smooth, stable view, making the movement completely invisible to you. Here's the crazy part. Someone else can easily see your eyes moving, but you never can. That's because your brain isn't simply recording reality like a camera. It's carefully editing what reaches your awareness. This hidden trick helps keep your vision steady every time your gaze shifts from one object to another. Think about that for a second. Your brain is quietly hiding thousands of eye movements every single day, and you've never seen even one. Your brain creates your blind spot. Believe it or not, there's a tiny hole in the vision of each of your eyes. Yet you've probably never seen it. Sounds impossible, right? Where the optic nerve leaves the back of your eye, there are no light-detecting cells, creating a natural blind spot. Instead of showing you a black hole, your brain quietly fills in the missing information using the colors, patterns, and shapes surrounding it, making the gap disappear completely. Here's where things get even stranger. You can actually prove this blind spot exists with a simple eye test. But in everyday life, your brain hides it so well that you never notice it's there. It isn't guessing randomly either. It makes remarkably accurate predictions based on what surrounds the missing area. Think about that for a second. Every time you open your eyes, part of the world is literally invisible, and your brain secretly paints it back in without asking your permission. You can't tickle yourself. Have you ever tried tickling yourself only to feel almost nothing? Sounds strange, doesn't it? The moment your hand starts moving, your brain already knows exactly what's about to happen. It predicts the touch before your fingers even make contact, then reduces the sensation, making it feel far less ticklish than if someone else did the exact same thing. Your own brain spoils the surprise before it even begins. Here's the fascinating part. Tickling depends heavily on unpredictability. When another person reaches toward you, your brain can't accurately predict the timing, pressure, or exact location of the touch, so the sensation feels much stronger. Scientists even use this effect to study how the brain distinguishes between self-generated and external actions. Think about it. Your brain is constantly deciding which sensations deserve your attention, and your own tickles simply don't make the cut. Goosebumps are ancient survival tools. Ever felt goosebumps race across your skin for no obvious reason? Maybe it was a chilly breeze or a powerful song. Believe it or not, those tiny bumps are a leftover survival feature from our distant ancestors. When they got cold or sensed danger, tiny muscles pulled each hair upright, trapping a layer of warm air and making them appear larger and more intimidating to predators. Back then, it was a surprisingly useful trick. Here's the interesting part. Humans still have those same muscles, even though we no longer have thick body fur for them to work with. That's why goosebumps don't keep us much warmer today, but they still appear during cold weather, fear, excitement, or even moments of awe. Think about that for a second. Every time your skin tingles with goosebumps, your body is replaying an ancient survival response that's been around for millions of years. Your skeleton constantly rebuilds itself. Your skeleton may look like a rigid frame, but it's anything but lifeless. Believe it or not, your bones are constantly being broken down and rebuilt, even while you're sitting perfectly still. Special cells remove old or damaged bone, while others replace it with fresh, stronger tissue. This remarkable process keeps your skeleton healthy, repairs tiny cracks, and helps your bones adapt to the stresses of everyday life. Here's the amazing part. This rebuilding never really stops. Throughout your life, much of your skeleton is gradually renewed, although some bones remodel faster than others depending on age and activity. It's also why regular exercise helps strengthen bones, giving them a reason to build back denser and stronger. Think about that for a second. The very bones supporting your body today are quietly changing from the inside, even though you can't feel a thing. Your skin replaces itself every month. Take a look at your skin. It seems permanent, doesn't it? But here's the surprising truth. The outermost layer is constantly wearing away and being replaced. Every day, thousands of dead skin cells drift off your body without you noticing, while fresh new cells slowly writhe from deeper layers to take their place. By the time they reach the surface, they're already dead, forming a protective barrier between you and the outside world. Here's where it gets even more fascinating. This continuous renewal helps your body recover from everyday scratches, friction, and exposure to the environment. The process isn't identical for everyone, and it naturally slows as we age. But healthy skin is always renewing itself behind the scenes. Think about that for a second. Even as you watch this video, your body is quietly building a fresh outer layer, replacing parts of your skin one tiny cell at a time. Your heart beats on its own. Your heart never waits for you to tell it when to beat. Sounds unbelievable, right? While your brain can speed it up or slow it down, every heartbeat actually begins inside the heart itself. A small group of specialized cells called the sinoatrial node generates tiny electrical signals that spread through the heart muscle, keeping it pumping day and night, even while you're fast asleep. Here's the incredible part. This natural pacemaker starts working before you're even born and continues for your entire life without needing conscious effort. In a healthy adult, the heart beats around 100,000 times every single day, tirelessly delivering oxygen and nutrients throughout the body. Think about that for a second. While you're reading these words, your heart is quietly creating its own electricity and keeping you alive, one perfectly timed beat after another. Your nose is always in your vision. Right now, your nose is sitting in the middle of your field of view, yet you probably can't see it at all. Sounds impossible, doesn't it? The truth is, your nose has been blocking part of your vision every second of your life. Instead of constantly reminding you it's there, your brain quietly filters it out, allowing you to focus on everything else around you without even noticing the obstruction. Here's where it gets even stranger. The moment you deliberately look for your nose, you'll suddenly spot it. But within seconds, your brain pushes it back into the background again. This isn't your eyes changing, it's your brain deciding what's important enough to reach your awareness. Think about that for a second. Part of the world has always been hidden behind your own face. Yet your brain edits it so perfectly that most people forget their nose is even there. Until we meet again,